Royal Rumble 2019. Becky Lynch wins the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble. One more time, my reaction. Royal Rumble 2019. Becky Lynch wins. Seth Rollins wins. My reactions as I try not to butcher the English language. I've had a great time. I love watching the Royal Rumble with all of you. And where do we begin? I mean, Becky Lynch versus Asuka. I thought Becky was going to win. I was shocked that she didn't. And when she didn't win, I thought, and Bully Ray said it, I thought she was going to pass out, but she tapped out, which shocked me. But then the way she reacted made me go, oh, she's going to do what Edge did in the Elimination Chamber. You remember when he gets in? So I was like, I hope that pays off. But I was scared they were going to do what they did with Bryan years ago, where he was shink gone. But then someone pointed out to me that Lana had hurt her foot and she's in the Women's Rumble. So I was like, oh, okay. So there was that. The tag team match with Sheamus and Cesaro was a little bit longer than I had expected. I like Miz though, and I like Sheamus and Cesaro, and I'm always happy to see them get pay-per-view time. But it went on a little bit longer than I anticipated and expected. The women's title match was a little bit earlier than I thought it would be, but there was something about the way Sasha Banks had done her promos where I genuinely believed that she meant the things that she was saying, because she's done some interviews in the past year or so kind of saying similar things about Ronda, kind of maybe blurring the lines, and I like that because it makes it more interesting to watch. I definitely got the sense of like real competition when they were in there. And for all the criticisms you can have of Ronda, I have to say she's a really good pro wrestler. Apparently she's going to be done this year, but I felt like despite Sasha losing, she came out of this looking great. She came out of this looking much stronger than I anticipated. And it gave me a newfound appreciation for her, actually, because I think it kind of got lost in the shuffle where she's been used, the Bayley feud not working out. But I thought it was a really, really good match. Ronda on pay-per-view never, ever disappoints. Like, never, ever disappoints. She's had some really good matches on pay-per-view. Obviously, now on my channel, I said I reckon we'd get Ronda versus Charlotte. But with everything that's happening, and as we go on to it later, we don't. So we go to the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, I preferred last year's to this year's for the most part. I guess because it was the first time ever, fresh idea, surprise entrance. It was non-stop. I actually will dare say that the Women's Royal Rumble last year overshadowed the Men's Royal Rumble, but they were both excellent. This year's one, I don't know if it was just me, but people seemed a little bit tired around the Rumble. They reacted for Nikki Cross, who was great. The Iconics, I liked their little bit too. Actually, what they did, that worked. But then there was a lot of new faces, and I'm always happy to see new faces. The thing is, I think a lot of the people in attendance didn't know who everybody was. So they were kind of reacting, and then it was very quiet whilst everyone was in the ring. And there were a lot of people in the ring. So it was like, I don't know. It's taken a while. There was a great moment with Zelina. It was great to see her. And she hides under the ring. She's like doing all of this. And then Hornswoggle pops up. That was great. I wanted someone to throw Hornswoggle like halfway across the arena for ruining the Cruiserweight belt, but I kid. But I enjoyed that. Charlotte came out, big reaction. It was good to see Maria too. Charlotte was my favourite. And then we get, I think, Lana eventually comes out, but she's got the bad ankle doing the Bret Hart 1993 deal. And I'm like, oh god, Becky's going to come out and attack her and go in the Royal Rumble. But then it's like, if you want her to be like this likeable babyface, which you're turning her into, maybe it's better that she doesn't do that. So Nia Jax was perfect, comes out, beats her up like the big bully that she is portrayed as and is good at doing. And then I was like, please, I'm dying for Becky Lynch to come out and just dash her out the ring. Naomi's spots, always great. I thought that was brilliant what they did. with her and Mandy Rose. I thought that was excellent. I loved that. Naomi's just awesome anyways, and then I liked how she got eliminated, so that's going to continue. And then we got the American Ninja Warrior. Now, I didn't know her real name, I just know her as American Ninja Warrior because I follow her on Instagram. The stuff she did looked cool, but it was like, I think they could have done some video packages to just say she's in the Royal Rumble, because I think it would have helped. That's just me anyways. But then obviously Becky Lynch comes out because it looks like Lana can't be in, and the fans were just salivating. I was salivating, I was frothing at the mouth. Like, you know, the Pavlovian dogs experiment when you hear they got saliva in the bell rings? I was like that, I swear to God. And then she gets in, and I swear that just picked the energy of that Rumble right up. And Becky puts on a pretty good showing there, obviously a really good showing there. Then they do the thing where it's down to the final two because they've eliminated Nia Jax. And then Jax pushes her off the steps and she hurts her knee. And I liked that. Like, they gave her a lot of adversity to work through. She lost earlier. She's now hurt her knee against someone that injured her before Survivor Series, before her big match. And there were all these ingredients, and I loved Charlotte's a great foil to Becky. She's great too. And I absolutely loved seeing Becky Lynch win, and that was part one of the prophecy, where I think people were very, very happy. I was very happy. I'm a huge fan of hers, and I was elated to see her win. We got what we want, and as you see, we get more of what we want. The WWE title match, nothing wrong with it. I think it's just that everybody was tired. Was it me when that match was on? Did you feel tired? AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. Did you feel tired? I felt tired. I think I woke up near the end. I think Eric Rowan came out, right? That's when my energy picked up. Lesnar, Finn Balor. Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. For what we got, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't too long, because I think that there was a danger of that happening with the Royal Rumble to come. But I really enjoyed it. I like how Finn just went straight to it. No demon. But I think maybe that's a good idea, because you don't want him as the demon and then lose it, because it kind of kills the concept a bit. But it worked. I liked what they did. And it was like a surprise win with Lesnar, where you had to quickly get the armbar, like muscle memory, as they said. That was really cool. And I got the hint that when Lesnar attacked him afterwards, it's because he was embarrassed that Finn Balor was actually able to give him a bit of a hiding, and he looked winded, and he looked like he didn't know where he was. And then when he came to, he was like, oh, beat this little, I can't say the words, can I? AdSense. But I thought that was cool. I think it went on a little bit longer than necessary. Now we go to the Royal Rumble. I went to make a cup of tea and I see Jeff Jarrett and I'm like, hold on, is it 1995 again? Elias eliminates him. So highlights of that men's Royal Rumble. Let me think. It was cool to see Rey Mysterio, Johnny Gargano, Mr. Johnny Wrestling, hashtag Johnny Takeover. Good to see him out there and actually get an elimination. He eliminated Jinder Mahal. Props to Jinder for letting that happen. Andrade looked great. I mean, he's going to do some big things. Drew McIntyre, who has really... I'm going to do a video on him, but Drew McIntyre's really turned it around. Obviously no Cena, but Cena wasn't going to be in it in the first place, from what I was told. It was just a story to write him out. Oh my goodness, I'm missing something, aren't I? No, I'm not. So, Dolph Ziggler, who did an interview with Chris Van Vliet saying that he's on hiatus from the WWE, comes out later on in the Royal Rumble, and I was like, they got us all, didn't they? And I was just like, oh, great, well done, thank you. Well, they got us. He eliminates Drew, which was awesome, which is crazy. Lashley blasts Seth Rollins through the thing. Mustafa Ali got a really good showing there. That, I mean, again, eliminates Shinsuke Nakamura, the previous winner, and eliminates Samoa Joe. And they did eliminate Baron Corbin. Then Nia Jax came out and beat up our Ron Killings, and then got in the right. And I actually had to admit, I was like, oh, I've had enough of you. Go away. Shoo. But I enjoyed what they did. She did eliminate somebody. She eliminated Ali, didn't she? Which, depending on how you look at it, might hurt him a little bit, considering he's just eliminated Joe and Shinsuke. and Strowman was out, obviously. I loved when they teased the RKO of Randy Orton. I was dying for him to do that. It eventually happens. They eliminate her. We're all happy because I was like, oh, thank God. Strowman and Ziggler and Rollins. There's a great elimination of Ziggler where he misses, and then it's Seth and Braun. And it was deliberate because it's to show you that Seth can be a giant. And I loved it. Seth wins the Royal Rumble, so he wins the Royal Rumble. He's going to WrestleMania. It's a no-brainer who he's going to face. And to be honest with you, again, I feel like we go home happy. I have more positive and optimistic things to say than negatives to say. There probably are some negatives, and if you want me to tell you, I'll write them in the comments. But overall, I had a good time. Bit tired though, obviously. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but still a great show. And Seth wins the Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch wins the Royal Rumble, and it looks like we'll get Becky versus Ronda Rousey, and Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. So, wow, we had a lot of fun. I was hoping Velveteen Dream would come out, but we didn't get any of him, but we ain't ready yet. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Give me a like, give me a subscribe right down below. I will see you all, I promise, this week. So, take care guys, and thank you too.